Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you to all of my replay viewers. Thank you everyone that's on live and everyone that's going to watch the replay and everyone that's from the web. Thank you so much for joining. Today we're going to talk about ways that we can jumpstart your customer service. So let me tell you who I am. Thank you for joining. My name is Kel May. I am the customer service coach with Bottom Line Customer Experience Management. I train teenagers, young adults, and teens. Let me start over. I'm trying to read everyone's name. Hey, Willeen, thank you for joining. My name is Kel May. I am the customer service coach with Bottom Line Customer Experience Management. I train teens, young adults, and employees on customer service techniques in order to enhance the customer's experience, which is the best way to increase the bottom line for the company. Hey, Ross, thank you so much for joining. Hi, Thumper, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate it. Everyone, thank you so much. I was trying to do Facebook Live as well as, and it's not going to work, Periscope at the same time, which I love to do the dual broadcasting. I just love live video, I believe. But today we're going to talk about some ways that you can jumpstart your customer service. I know this is the time of year that we need to be doing things to improve our customers' experience and also to improve our own personal customer service. So these are ways you can do it, especially for small businesses. Small business, we have at this time, hope you got the information you need. I did, Roz. I got it. And I just put it out too. So look on your Facebook page. I actually just put the information out so that you can put it on your, I actually tagged you in this well. So you'll see it on your page as well. So thank you so much. So as I was saying, small business, this is the time of the year that you want to be doing things to make yourself stand out. And this is a good way to make yourself stand out. The first thing is, you're welcome. The first thing is keeping automation to a minimum. I know all of us hate when we call these big companies and they send us through these automated. A lot of the small companies are trying to do this as well. They think it's the best thing to do in order to get the customers to leave information or, you know, to make them seem more professional. But actually, customers don't want to have to go through those automated systems. You don't want to go through and hit prompt 2 and prompt 5 and prompt 6. And then once you hit that, they tell you another list of prompts. And once you hit that, they tell you another list of prompts. And then once you finally get to the person, then they have to talk off a script to you. That is not what our customers want. That is not providing a good customer experience, and it's not giving your customers good customer service. So you want to be able to keep that to a minimum. Of course, if you have 2 or 3 little different departments within your organization, within your business, then you can have 1 or 2 prompts for them to get to a live person. But that's what's going to set you apart from the large companies, small businesses, because you can now give that personal touch that people still want. Even our millenniums. Hi, Minister Queen. Thank you so much for joining. Even our millennials want that personal touch that they're not getting anymore. You know, we all hate when we call those big companies or we go online and we have all this automated. I know even now, and I get a lot of marketers calling me and texting me and emailing me and sending me direct messages, whereas I can now automate my posts to go up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Hey, Anita, thank you so much for joining. But that's not what I want to do because I know it doesn't give that personal touch. The same thing that I put on Facebook, I may want to tweak it a little bit, but when I put it on Instagram, it's according to the type of clientele that I have on that network, right? So I want to make sure I go out and do that myself. When I go put it on Twitter, I want them to know that I have done that myself. I don't want to automize everything that I do. Even my emails, my newsletter that I have going out monthly, I don't want to make sure that's automized. I want to make sure I'm doing that. I want them to see that personal touch that I add to it. So you have to make sure that you're doing things to set yourself apart. And that is a big way for us small businesses to set our companies apart from the large corporations. We can, you know, minimize that automation and give that personal hands-on touch. So that's very important. That's one way. Keep your automation to a minimum. The other way is to listen carefully. When your customers are talking to you, let them know that you are listening to them, that you are paying attention to them. Paraphrase what they're saying to you so that they'll know that you understand what they're saying. Give that eye contact. Give that personal touch on the shoulder or something. Let them know that you understand and you're listening to what they're saying. You value them and they are very, very important to you. That is so important. And that's number 2, to listen carefully to your customers. Because You know, when you go into these big companies, you have these people saying that they're going to call you back, or I'm going to get a manager to call you back, and then you never hear anything from them. You could actually lose customers from doing that. And as small businesses, we can't afford to do that. We can't afford to lose any customers, right? So we want to make sure that we're listening to our customers, that we paraphrase what the customer has said to us. We let the customer know that we're going to take care of the issue. And once you tell someone that, make sure you are taking care of the issue. Make sure you get in contact with them. Even if you're not the person who's actually going to be doing the taking care of, just call them back to let them know that, you know, I'm the person that told you such and such is going to call you. I just want to follow up and make sure you've gotten that call. That's just another personal touch that big businesses don't do. So that puts you apart from the big business. Small business, we have to do these little small things in order for us to get more customers and gain more customers once we do that. And other people are more amped to refer us as well. Excuse me. Give your employees some power. This is so important for small business, because we know when it comes to large businesses, they have certain things that they can and cannot do. That's one thing we can talk to our employees, and we can teach them how we want to sell and how far they can go, whether it's giving a discount, whether it's taking a refund. You know, they should know some things that they can do, not necessarily what you've already laid out as the refund policy or as an exchange policy, those type things, but they should know how far they can go. If they see a customer that's walking away, have you given them the power to give an extra 5% off, give an extra 10% off? Maybe, you know, say no tax on this and you'll pay the tax on it. Have you given them that power to be able to say that without saying, let me call my owner, let me call the business owner, or let me call my manager and see, can I do that? You know, you already know. When I worked for corporate, when I had my employees, most of them knew how far I would go. So they would go ahead on and offer those things because they knew how far I was going anyhow. So they would go ahead on and offer those, like, you know what? I have the ability to do this. And they did have that ability because they knew me, because they had seen me enough interact with other customers, how far I would go in a situation. Would I return something even if it was after the 30 days? Would I return something if it was, you know, a little damage on it? Because you shouldn't take back damaged, you know, products. But they knew how far I would go, so they would go ahead on and talk to the customer about that in the beginning. So therefore, you know, I wouldn't have to come out. They wouldn't have to come out and say, let me go get the manager for every little thing that you need, because that's taking time away from me. And it's taking, you know, it's making the customer look like, you know, you have to talk to the manager for everything. You have to talk to the owners for everything. Empower your people to be able to really take care of your customers. That is extremely important. And people want to see that. They want to see that you've empowered your employees to take care of them. That way, you know, their time is important and you're showing the value of their time. They don't have to wait and go and get someone else, or if the store owner is not there, or if the manager is not there, then they have to say, you know what, I can't do this because, you know, I'm not authorized to do this. I have to wait and call someone else. Either you can wait here for me, or they may not return my call. It may be tomorrow. They may have to make another drive up here. Customers don't want to hear that, and that makes for a poor customer experience. So make sure that you're empowering your people to make decisions for you. And guess what? Sometimes it's not going to be the right decision that they make. Sometimes we don't make the right decisions, right? So we have to give them that ability to make those mistakes or to fail sometimes. But a lot of times, a lot of that will be put to rest if we just have those conversations with them of how far, you know, don't say it in the beginning, of course, but how far are you willing to go with the customers? Talk to your employees about that. That way you can empower them, and even if you're not there, they can go ahead and take care of the customer. That's important. Stay in touch. That is so important for you to make sure you know what's going on in your locations, right? Whether you're a business owner, a manager, or a supervisor, in your back office is not where you need to be, because then you're not in touch with what is really going on in your business. So you need to make sure you know what's going on in your business. So you need to be out there with the customers, talking to the customer. And I always say this, it's 90% on the floor, it's 10% behind it, you know, in the office, because you need to know what's going on. You need to know how your clientele is. You need to see firsthand how other people, how your employees are treating your customers. You need to be able to see that. Therefore, you wouldn't have to wait for someone to call and let you know. You already know because you're there and you see them. And I think this last tip here is so important. take advantage of your point of sale system. So many people now are getting the newer iPad type registers now, and you can give so much more, gather so much more information so that you can stay in touch with your customers. A big thing is, and I do see a lot of large companies doing this now, but as small companies, we can do this as well. Make sure when someone is purchasing something, you ask them for their email address so that you can email their receipts. Once you get their permission to email their receipts, you can also send them when they have, hey, Hattie, thank you so much for joining. You can also send them your newsletter. You can also send them when you're having sales and things going on, because now they're your client, right? So that is so important to gather that information. Let them know that you're on social media. Let them know what social media so you're on, so that, and ask them which ones do they utilize, so that you can make sure that y'all are together on that. You're following one another on that. These systems now, you know, if you're going to pay that much money for those registers and for those iPad registers, they look so cute. They're white sitting there. They look very professional, but use them what they're for. Get your money's worth out of it. Make sure you're gathering intel on your customers, you know, finding out what they like, you know, by asking questions about anniversaries and asking questions about birthdays and things like that. That's important for you to put all that information in there, because you may have a sale coming during that time, and at that time you can send them an email maybe 2 weeks before that, telling them what type of sale or what type of special you have going on. All those things are important, and you've already paid for the ability to gather that information from those registers that you have, or from those iPads that you're using, or from the tablet that you're using. All those things are important, so make sure you're doing that. So let's just recap. This is not going to be a long one. This is just how you can jumpstart your customer service and how you can really get 2016 on its way. Because guess what? It's already February the 15th. I mean, time is already flying. So you don't have that much time to get ready for your spring customers, for your summer customers, for your fall, for your winter. And then next thing you know, it'll be holiday time. So make sure that you're improving on your customer's experience now in the beginning of the year, and making sure your customer service is where it needs to be. So just to recap, keep your automations to a minimum. Make sure that you set yourself apart, differentiate yourself from those large businesses by giving it hands-on and not doing everything through automation, because not everyone wants that. Not even our microwave millenniums. They don't even want that. They want that special touch. They want you to show that you value them, and that you care about them. So make sure you're doing that. Listen carefully to your customers. That is so important. And paraphrase what they're saying so that they'll know that you appreciate them, that you're listening to them, that you're paying attention. Make sure you give the eye contact, the body language, the facial expressions. Make sure you give a warm, friendly touch to them. Let them know that you're going to take care of the situation or whatever it is, and make sure you take care of it. The other, give your employees some power. Empower your employees. Let them know how far they can go on different things without having to call you. Can they offer that extra 10%? Can they, take an exchange up if it's after 30 days or after 60 days? Can they take or exchange something or give a refund if it has a little damage on there? Empower them to do that so they don't have to come to you for everything, and that alleviates you to be able to do other things that need to be done, as the owner or the manager of the establishment. Stay in touch with your customers. Make sure that you stay on the floor. You're greeting your customers when you come out on the floor. You're talking to your customers. You're looking at what your employees are doing. Just stay in touch. If you stay in your office all the time, or you go to meetings all the time, and you are never there when your customers come in, you don't really know what your customers are looking for. You don't know how to react with them, and you don't know how your employees are reacting with them. So make sure you stay in touch so you can know all of that. And the last thing is, take advantage of your point of sale system. We're spending a lot of money on all of these systems that we have in place. Make sure you're getting your money's worth. See what your customers are doing. How are they, which social media sites are they using? Because you need to be there. Make sure you're getting their email addresses, because those iPads and those tablets and those nice little beautiful registers, they gather all that information. So make sure you learn how to do that and you gather that information. As always, always, I appreciate everyone from coming on, taking the time, to listen to my tips and topics. Hope it helps someone. Again, my name is Kel May. I am the customer service coach with Bottom Line Customer Experience Management. You can always send me an email at my name, Kel May, KAYLMAY at ymail.com. You can always go to my website and find out about my Enhancing Your Customer's Experience virtual classes that I have. Send any business or anyone you think that would benefit for that. Send them to the website if you don't mind. It's www.kaylmay.wix.com/the-bottom-line. Always, I appreciate everyone that's going to listen to the replay, everyone that's on here from the web, and everyone that's taking your time out to listen live. I truly appreciate you. On tomorrow, we'll be talking about leadership, and I'll see you then. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.